Hello Trophy Hunters, Terminator here for the Platinum Trophy with another PlayStation VR update video. Granted, this video is a little bit late, but last week was such an awesome week for PlayStation VR titles that I didn't want to miss the opportunity to include them in a video. We had 4 really solid titles launch, as well as a couple of VR experiences, so let's take a look. First up, we had VR the Diner Duo. In VR the Diner Duo, you take the role of a chef creating meals for robot customers. It has a similar feel to the cooking levels of Job Simulator, except with slightly less variety in what food you're preparing. The game is super responsive with Move controllers, and it feels great throwing burger patties on the grill and then creating burgers out of them. The game does get progressively more difficult as the levels go on, but starts off a little bit too easy, just to get you accustomed to the gameplay. One cool feature that VR the Diner Duo has is a co-op mode, where a player in VR can play with someone on their television. The VR player taking control of the chef as they normally would, and the TV player taking control of the waiter, collecting orders and bringing them to the chef, then bringing food to the customers. It's a mode that not everyone will experience, but it's a really awesome addition, which I haven't seen in many other PlayStation VR titles. Unfortunately for trophy hunters, VR the Diner Duo doesn't have a Platinum trophy, which is pretty disappointing. And to make matters worse, it's not even an easy game to earn the 100% in, with there being trophies associated with unlocking all customization items and for getting 3 stars on each level. This one is definitely going to take a while. Next up, we had Accounting Plus launch on PlayStation VR. This is a game that's been on the Vive for about a year or so, and a game which PlayStation VR owners have been eagerly awaiting. Accounting Plus is a really hard game to describe. Developed by the creators of Rick and Morty, the game is hilarious, and it doesn't take itself seriously at all. The basic premise is that the player is lost in VR, and then very Inception-like, they keep going deeper and deeper into virtual reality, from within virtual reality. As you can see, the plot doesn't really make a lot of sense. The journey itself is really just a series of laugh-inducing set pieces, which I can't recommend enough. Accounting Plus may not be the best VR title out there, but it's absolutely the funniest PlayStation VR title that I've ever played, and probably one of the VR games that I've had the most fun with. And Accounting Plus has an easy Platinum trophy to boot, with 11 gold trophies and a Platinum. The trophy list is really well done, with most of the trophies being earned for doing miscellaneous activities within the game, and the developers even make fun of trophy culture in the game on a few occasions. Minor spoiler, but my favourite instance of this is associated with listening to a trophy-related radio station in the game. These guys really do understand humour and trophy culture, which is awesome. I can't recommend Accounting Plus enough, and everyone with a PlayStation VR headset needs to check this one out. ULTRAWINGS also launched last week on PlayStation VR. ULTRAWINGS is a light plane flight simulator, and it's a blast to play as well. The game has some really cool mechanics that genuinely make you feel like you're flying an aircraft. From takeoff, where you're pressing the different buttons to get the aircraft started, to when you're actually in the air, holding onto the flight stick with your PlayStation Move controllers. The game works really well, and is another game that if you're looking for something to play in VR this holiday, then it's well worth your time. The trophy list is unfortunately a little bit disappointing, like most VR games. ULTRAWINGS doesn't have a Platinum trophy. And with the developers boasting that the game has over 20 hours worth of content, I don't see any reason why this game shouldn't have a Platinum trophy. The game features trophies for earning each of the different pilot's licenses, as well as earning a gold medal on each of the game's challenges, which will make this 100% a real challenge to earn. Despite this not having a Platinum trophy, I would still really encourage you guys to check this one out, as it just works so well. And the last VR title that came out this week was SHOOTY. This is one I've been looking forward to for quite a while. SHOOTY sees you as a supermarket checkout clerk, who has to scan supermarket items as they come across your checkout. But then it's also a first-person shooter, where while you're scanning these items, the player also needs to shoot at sentient fruit who are bombarding the checkout. It sounds stressful and confusing, and I didn't know what to think at first, but honestly, it actually works really well. The items you scan across the checkout grant you better weapons and power-ups, and the more items you scan, the more weapons and power-ups you earn, which you can then use to shoot the fruit that are attacking you. It's a constant juggling act, but it makes the game stand out from the rest of those VR, first-person wave-based shooters that do get a little bit boring after a while. In terms of trophies, Platinum Hunters, this is an awesome title for you, with a full trophy list and a Platinum trophy to be earned. 22 bronze, 11 silvers, and 4 golds. This one's going to be a time-consuming plat, but an enjoyable one, with trophies for surviving in survival mode for more than 30 minutes, which could be challenging for someone in VR, and also for completing challenges and killing 500 fruit with each of the game's weapons. It's definitely going to be a time-consuming one, but the game is so enjoyable that hopefully it won't be too much of a grind. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we also had a couple of VR experiences come out this week. Rollercoaster Legends and Tesla Let's Invent the Future, Episode 1. I haven't played the latter of these two titles, but I did have a chance to play through Rollercoaster Legends. It's about a 7 or 8 minute experience where you ride a minecart through a series of different environments. The game works really competently, but it's just far too short-lived with no real replay value. You can't interact with the environment in any way or make decisions or influence where you go, which is fine, but it just means that the experience is very limited. On saying that, I did actually have a really good time with the experience when I played through it. I just can't see myself rushing back to play the exact same 7-minute section again. And like other VR experiences out there, there are no trophies for this title. The other of the two titles, the Tesla Let's Invent the Future Episode 1, seems to be an episodic first-person sort of puzzle-based story game/experience. Not sure how that one is going to go, and I'll definitely be checking it out in the coming weeks. And so there you have it, another awesome week for PlayStation VR to round out 2017. We've had a couple of these weeks come up through 2017, and I've tried to cover them as best I can when they pop up. And I'm going to continue to do so going into 2018 when we have these standout weeks with 4 or 5 awesome VR titles, because I don't think these titles are getting enough love. Make sure you check out the titles that I discussed during this video, and let me know down in the comments below which ones you're going to be picking up, and if you have picked them up, what you thought of them. As always guys, have an awesome new year, and until next time, Terminator out. Thanks for watching the video guys. To keep up with me, you can follow me on Twitter @Terminator. And if you enjoyed this video, why not give it a thumbs up and check out some of the other great trophy hunting videos on the channel. Until next time, Terminator out.